This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
No way.
From the DIAZ Channel Studios of Arizona, BKFC announces a mega event. UFC 285 Fight Week. Jon Jones is back, and the return of the Monkey King Jordan Leavitt live with the Let's go! My people, welcome to the Wednesday show. Yes, it is UFC 285 Fight Week. Jon Jones is returning, but he's coming back at heavyweight. We'll react to the press conference tomorrow. We'll react to the fights on Saturday. It's going to be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Also, we got BKFC breaking some massive news today on the ARIEL Helwani show. And Luke Rockhold's fighting in Bare Knuckle. Eddie Alvarez is fighting in Bare Knuckle. It's a crazy card, so we'll talk about that later in the show. Tyson Fury still laughing?
Wonderful.
And we have a special guest tonight. Last Saturday, I went a little crazy. I was going nuts, bonkers, as a man got a victory on Saturday night. Now, I'm not talking about Tyson Fury and the Sunday, Tommy Fury, whatever. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about a man that got a TKO, a man that destroyed his opponent, a man that is a Monkey King. Live, back on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for our friend, Jordan Leavitt. Let's go, baby. This is a face of someone who beat the living snot out of someone not too long ago. I just see it all over your face.
Yeah, I'm glowing.
So, I mean, now we're a couple of days removed from that experience. The look of joy after that win was something special. What was going on? As soon as the ref got in between you guys and you were just going nuts, like what was going on between the ears?
I see why so many fighters go ape crap. Like after a TKO, I have never felt more masculine, more powerful, more aggro in my entire life. I had an entire dance routine planned out. I had an entire thing planned out what I was going to say, the post-fight, little interview. It all went out the window as soon as I hit him, and the ref pushes you off of him. Like, oh gosh, felt alive, man.
I bet. I mean, that was something else. The emotion was through the roof. The way you hopped on the cage, it was like the celebration went out the window, right? I noticed you did. It did click where you're like, okay, I'm going to be doing some celebratory stuff. But I think, were you in shock when that happened?
I was 100% in shock. Like after I calmed down, I went from like, to like, oh, hey, doctor, I'm okay. Then, like, I hug my corpsman. Then I'm all, like, crying a little bit. And then by that point, my opponent's kind of, like, getting up. The doctors are checking on him. And it seemed really tacky to do what I had planned. So I was like, okay, I'll put that in the filing cabinet for another day. And then I just had to wing it. Did a dirty dancing lift. But Yeah, I had a lot of things planned out, and I just saw red, bro, and I don't remember anything.
That was wild. Yeah, I noticed that the Dirty Dancing came back, and you're like, all right, maybe I'm going to twerk now. It just seemed like you were like, I don't know what to do right now because I'm so excited about pummeling this gentleman over here. It was crazy, man. Like, it was a different type of beast that was in that cage. Was there anything going on before that fight that you did differently? Is there anything leading up to that fight that led to that moment?
This camp was like the best camp I've ever had. Like, my training partners, my drill partners, and my coaches, like, we were all just focused on me being more violent and making me feel not guilty before the fight. Like, one mantra we kept saying before the fight, like before every training session was, you know, why is the ref there? And I'm like, and I would say, to protect him. You know, what can he do anytime? He's like, I'm like, he could quit. He could quit anytime. And it's like, what's your job? I'm like, to make him quit and make the ref protect him. And kind of putting myself in that mindset and like a lot more purposeful drilling really helped me go out there and really impose my will. It helps me kind of really flip that mental switch a few weeks back, as opposed to having to kind of warm up and kind of get used to the idea of violence on fight night like I usually have to.
Was there like an extra chip on the shoulder? A couple of reasons. Like, I did notice the placement on the card. You were fourth in. I was like, I felt like you should have been higher. It was a weird card over there. Placement alone, did that bother you at all? You were happy you got in and got out quick?
I mean, when I first saw the placement, I was a little annoyed, but when you lose the big fight, you don't generally get the best, you know, treatment afterwards for a little bit. I knew I had to like earn back the love, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But then the fights kept dropping out, and then we got there and we heard the main event was dropping out, and I was like, oh, it's bonus season. Like, those are good odds for me. So went out there and, you know, got to show my striking off a lot more for this fight, and it worked out.
Yeah, so what happened here? Span gets, you know, his opponent falls out, Krylov, and so what did they do? They walked back into the locker room and they're like, hey, guys, no main events, business as usual? Like, what did they say?
Yeah, essentially, it's like, this won't affect you guys. The main event is off. And stay quiet about it. We're about to announce it in a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, like, it didn't really affect me too much. You know, when the two previous fights kind of fell off after weigh-ins, they kept saying, oh, your report time's this, your report time's this. But it was just a disastrous card from, like, the backstage perspective for sure.
It was a very weird card. Like, even to the end, like when they dragged Ryan Spann out, I don't know, did you see Spann after the fight? Like, he was very emotional and he spoke to the media and he was crying on the stage over there. I was very curious if, like, were people like, don't go up there, or I was shocked that he was emotional and they had him addressing the media. Did you run into Ryan after the fight?
I didn't really see Ryan at all except for like weigh-ins, but I was surprised that they put him in front of the media. But that's just in a very emotional moment. It's his first main event, and it fell through. Of no fault of his own. Of course, they're asking him how he feels. Of course he's not going to feel good. Yeah. You know? This possibly once-in-a-lifetime, you know, event kind of was taken away from him. And, you know, the way that division moves, like light heavyweight division's all over the place, maybe that matchup won't happen. Yeah. Maybe that won't be rescheduled. So.
And then you hit the media with a very fancy suit. You got out there, and I mean, you were, hold on a second, I'm going to show it right here. You were strutting your stuff over here. I want you to explain the backstory. I know you said it to the media over here. So this is your grandfather's suit, you said?
Yeah, my grandfather's leisure suit.
Love it.
Yeah, he was wearing that at the late 60s and early 70s. The shoes aren't his. He had small feet. But yeah, when he passed away, that's one of the heirlooms that I got. And I've been waiting for an opportunity to kind of bring that out of the closet. I was going to wear it after I beat Patty, but that didn't happen. But, you know, this past Saturday seemed like the day to bring it out.
Yeah, well, you were rocking that thing. And the most impressive, I think more impressive than a knockout, were the shoes. They were very high shoes, like stilts. Was there a learning curve walking in those things?
There was, but luckily, if you notice from my fight, I wrapped my ankles, and I wrapped my ankles partially because I knew I was going to be wearing heels after. I didn't want to crap, you know, after the fight. So, yeah, just had my ankle wrap still on. Like, I have so much tape on my legs, and Yeah, a bit of a learning curve, but a lot of, if the more masculine, toxic part of MMA Twitter is to be believed, I wear high heels a lot in my day-to-day life. So,
Do you really? So that was the next question. So first off, were people busting your chops about the shoes online?
oh yeah, for sure. But you know, the internet's usually mostly pretty damn like loving towards me, but there's the same guys
Yeah.
the past few years. They're like, of course he's good at walking in high heels. You know, no, he's still gay. He just doesn't know it yet. Those people. So
I feel like it doesn't matter anymore. You're just leaning into it. You're having fun with yourself. You know, you're being different than what the norm, and people are freaking out. You know, Oh, by the way, this is what I really wanted to ask you. Did you prepare for the next baby? Like, I know now the money's in the bank right over here. Did you get down and dirty straight after the fight, start making babies? What happened?
well, I had to shower first. You know, I had to shower and eat a little dinner. But I mean, I'm a man of my word. That's what I said I was going to do. We did.
I mean, first of all, congratulations. I'm very happy. I don't know if you saw the reaction, but I was very happy for you. The bonus, you got performance of the night, correct?
Yes, I did.
And you got a win bonus as well, or like what happened here?
Yeah, I got 3 paychecks. I should be expecting the bonus in the next 2 weeks or so, but get my, showboat, my show money, my win money, and then the bonus will be here soon. Then my Venom money will be here, and it was a really lucrative weekend for me. I'm very happy with it.
That's amazing. So it is legit the best possible scenario. It couldn't get any better. Like, I know you go in there and you're like, I'm going to win, right? That's the mindset. I'm going to win. I'm going to beat this guy. But I don't think you're really mentally prepared for getting all the checks, right? Or were you thinking that before the fight?
No, I'm never expecting that. Even my debut, I was in denial until they told me I won the bonus. I was like, it's just a slam. Like, I just like when you go from like having nobody to getting $50,000 in one night, it's very jarring. Mm-hmm. And even though that was almost 3 years ago, it was still just as jarring for like my agent to call, and he kind of like played at me all sad, like, Jordan, I have something to tell you. I was like, what is it? And he's like, $50,000. I was like, you can't be prepared for that. So very happy. But I was like kind of flabbergasted for the first few hours. I even forgot to tell my wife for a little bit. I was like driving home. And I'm like, oh yeah, gotta call her. I'm like, oh yeah,
By the way,
6-digit day, pretty damn cool. So
that's amazing. That is, I mean, thinking about it, like, I understand you have the fight camp, you got all the mental preparation before the thing, but technically it's like one night, bang, there's the money. Like that's pretty wild to think about. And here you are with the 3 checks, getting the job done. So how does this work? I'm always interested in the intricacies of, like, money's got to go to your gym, your camp, like it's got to spread out to the coaches and everything like that. But bonuses, they don't really get touched, do they?
It depends on the agreement.
Okay.
Like a lot of the big gyms you hear about, like it's in their contract. When they sign a contract when they join the fight team, that even their bonus gets 10% to their coaches.
Okay.
So it all depends on the different things. Like, I paid all my money up front for this camp, so I don't do percentages because that's for peasants, So I pay by the hour. That way everyone's happy. No one feels like they're gypped. I feel like a lot of the drama that happens behind the scenes in the sport is because people don't have clear lines about their finances and what they plan on paying people. So I ask people before any of the stuff starts, like, how much do you want per hour? But even if it's ridiculous, I'll pay it because I'd rather us be cool after fight day. I don't want to have to deal with that drama afterwards. So, all my people have been paid since fight week. They've all been paid up front. So
that's brilliant.
I keep all of that money.
I mean, you kind of put them on the spot, right? Like if they're good people, they're not going to try to hit you over the head, this and that. So you put them on the spot. You pay them, and then you hit the bonus. You'd be like, nanny, poo-poo, and you just ride off into the sunset, right?
Yeah, exactly. I make sure to be generous beforehand, but like I have a lot of good training partners and good coaches that want to work with me, and it's because I always pay what's owed, and I feel like the easiest way to pay what's owed is to pay them first. Mm-hmm. That way you don't get $50,000, then all of a sudden it's like, do I want to be greedy? Maybe like, why shouldn't I keep it? Type of feelings, So I always just try to make sure everyone's paid before I'm paid.
Very smart. Guys and gals, if you're just jumping in, we're live with Jordan Leavitt. He got a massive win Saturday night. The ground and pound takes out his opponent, gets the job done. Now, a guy they threw at you was a guy that was coming off the Contender Series. I guess you could say a prospect over here. He was on a nice little roll. Was that an added thing to think about? Like, oh my God, this guy's just coming off the Contender Series. Like, if I lose to this guy, like, I can't lose to this dude over here. Was that like an added pressure going into the fight?
Yeah, 1,000%. A lot of people were asking me if I felt better about this fight or the Paddy fight. I felt better about the Paddy fight because I had a lot more to gain from the Paddy fight no matter what happened. But for this fight, I don't gain much except for paychecks, obviously, which I'm very happy about. But on paper, it's like guys on a 7-fight win streak, never been knocked out before. He was a striker, has decent takedown defense. And on paper, it was like a pretty bad matchup for me, I feel. And I was a little worried about it. But I know like my level, and I've beat other regional champs before. I'll see his belt right there in the picture. And I just know that my level's a little bit above regional champ level. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I wasn't too worried about that. But I knew he had good skills, and I knew he's now had 2 camps prepare for me. And when people fight me, they're working takedown defense. And he's like right under Diego Ferreira, who's one of the best grapplers in the division. So I knew he'd be prepared. That's why we had a little striking, in reserve for him. So
yeah, when I was doing research before the fight and I was looking at his resume, I was like, damn, man, this guy he's on a serious win streak over here. A lot of greens on his way to you. And then I saw the odds, and I was like, you guys are virtually even in the odds. I couldn't help but throw money on you for that reason alone. I couldn't believe it. I felt it was completely disrespectful. Did you see the betting lines too?
Yeah, there was actually a little point where he was the favorite for a few days, and then it was like bouncing back. I think he was like minus 115, and I was like minus like 105 at one point. So like even money kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was disrespectful. I'm not very highly regarded by a lot of odds makers and whatnot, because Paddy only beat scrubs and Paddy beat me, so therefore I am a scrub. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. So, yeah, I mean, I think I'll always have pretty good value in the gambler's eyes. That's for sure.
I love it, man. I hope they keep on doing that with the odds. I'm going to keep betting on you. It was the same way with Chris Curtis too, as well. When he was like, for some reason, he was getting plus money all the time. I was like, all right, let's bet on him. So with you though, like a lot of people come in our chat and they talk about the whole Paddy fight and this and that. I really truly feel that if that fight was ran back, that you would 100% defeat him. Like, I don't know why. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I'm biased. But I feel like maybe there was like just one mistake that could have just changed everything in that previous fight over there. And then you see how Paddy fought with his previous opponent, Jared Gordon. Like when you see a fight like Jared Gordon happen over there and you think back in hindsight, what would you think your chances are? I mean, of course, you're going to say you're going to win, but realistically, getting back in the cage with Paddy, what would it look like?
I think I truly believe I'm better than him. And I had to premise this by saying he still beat me. He kneed me in the neck and choked me out and twerked on me. And, he was a better man. All the things you're supposed to say as a loser. It's true. He won. But I was in control for 90% of that fight. I took no damage except for the knee. And I felt like I was comfortable the entire time. And I feel like now I think I'd smoke him. I think I beat Jared. I think I beat him handily if we fight. And I think Paddy struggled with him. But that's the thing about the sport. It's very complicated. A lot of different things go into it.
Sure.
But I honestly believe, a few years down the line, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, you'll look back on me and Paddy's career, and I'm going to be the high point of his career. I just know I have a lot more in the tank. I know I'm going to accomplish a lot more things, and I don't think he'll accomplish much more. And I hope he accomplishes a lot more because it makes me look better, because I don't want to lose to somebody that doesn't go on to do anything. But I think I'll be the high point for him.
It's like in sport and other sports. Like if my football team were to lose to a team, I want that team to go to the Super Bowl. This way I'm like, well, at least my team lost to the best team in the league. If Paddy Pimblett runs up the rankings and becomes a champion, that actually looks pretty good, right? That ages well, that loss. But yeah, if Paddy is exposed and all of a sudden falls apart, it's like, oh shit. Right?
Why did you
Yeah. Damn it, that sucks. But it is weird. This game is a weird game, man. Like, it is about matchups. It's not even about skill, like, throughout. It's each fight is completely different, correct?
Yeah. Like, I feel like I beat several people that are better than me. Like, it's several, like, throughout my, like, athletic career. Like, I don't think I've always just been like, this guy's better. He wins because he's better. You got to fight better to win.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, Alistair Overeem, skill-wise, is the best heavyweight in MMA history. But he didn't always fight like that. He fought really stupid a lot of the dang time. So sometimes it's not the best skilled fighter that wins. It's the fighter that fights the best on that particular night. And it's just our job to try to bring out the best in ourselves when the lights are on. So
have you prepared? So you're saying you fought guys that you think were better than you. Have you gone inside a cage, the door locks, and you're like, this guy's better than me, but I'm going to beat him? Like, did you really think that?
Yeah.
No
I
kidding.
think that for almost all of my fights. I think it's like, I try to use my imposter syndrome, like, to my advantage. Like, I like to imagine that my opponent has the advantage in every position, like almost every circumstance except for a few. And that way I'm never going to be complacent. That way, even when I think, even if I feel like, oh, I should smoke this guy, my anxiety is always telling me that, no, this guy's better than you. And that's why you have to fight your best. That's why you have to train your best, because this guy's better than you. This guy belongs there. You're just some nerd who walks into a fight gym and it's kind of all worked out for some unforeseen reason. But you got to beat this guy. So I'm always just trying to prove to myself, like, I'm a fighter every night, every fight, because the moment I think that I'm the crap, I'll get complacent. I'm not going to be able to perform the way I need to.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I mean, I would imagine most fighters should think that way. I never even thought of that, but that actually makes a ton of sense. That's why you're in the cage fighting, and I'm over here asking the questions. The difference now, you go through that mega Paddy situation, the walkout, the hostile fans, then you're in the apex and you're doing your walkout, you're feeling the music, you have a great time going up to the cage, and you get in the cage, the whole experience with the walkout and all that stuff. How are you feeling walking out? Were you just like, hey man, I'm gonna have fun out there? Like, was the heart beating out of your chest?
No, I was actually talking backstage. I was like, guys, I feel like sleepy. I feel too relaxed, you know? Like, you know, like, I just had the most amazing atmosphere with, like, my corner people. I never really had that exact configuration of guys in my corner. I think it was kind of like the perfect thing I needed. Little Goldilocks zone. Like, enough, you know, like, just enough energy this way, just enough energy that way. And I was just talking to myself, and I was like, my opponent's going to know that tonight he's fighting the main character. You know, like, when Grind With Me came on and I'm, like, dancing, I just imagine my opponent's like, ah, damn it. Like, I'm getting highlighted. You know, like, this guy's the winner. He's got to be the winner. That's how the story goes, you know. So, yeah, I just felt like a mantle of peace on fight night. I usually do. Even when everyone was booing me in the O2 Arena, I really enjoyed it. Like, this is what I've wanted to do with my life for the past 12 years. So even a bad night in this sport is kind of everything I've ever wanted. So I just try to enjoy it, because I'm not gonna be able to do this forever. And one day, you know, I'm gonna look back on these memories and I'll be happy with it no matter what. So
I mean, even at the apex, right? Like, people are complaining about the apex, get it back out in front of the fans, this and that, but still, you are a UFC fighter walking to a cage, fighting at the highest of levels. Like, that has to be something, like, there's got to be times you got to want to pinch yourself, right? Like, thinking about these crazy situations that you're in, whether it's the highest of the high, the lowest of the low, you're still an elite athlete fighting at the highest level. Do you still find yourself pinching yourself?
A lot of the time. I don't believe it most of the time. Like, I still get embarrassed when, like, friends or family, like, mention it, like, oh, my nephew, my cousin, my friend, he's in the UFC. Jordan, tell him about it. Show us some UFC stuff. Like, it doesn't seem like me. I look on the TV, or I look on the screen, I watch my fights, That doesn't seem like me. You know, like, I feel like it's just something that I do. And a lot of people think it's really cool, but for me, it's just always kind of in my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still very humbling and jarring and like kind of surreal that I have kind of like a public life now, and people have opinions about me, and people have opinions about like who I am, and some people hate me and some people love me. Some people want me to succeed or to fail or to whatever. And it just makes no sense to me. Because I don't think humans are like designed to feel all these emotions.
That's gotta be so weird. So is it like an outer body experience? Like if you're watching yourself perform on TV and you're seeing this beast going in there, ground and pounding this dude, celebrating all this stuff, and you know you were there, that was you, but do you feel like there's just completely two different personalities?
Yeah. When I watch my fights, I always like feel like heart palpitations. I feel so anxious. Like I'm worried for him. And I know what happens, you know, but I'm still like shaking. Like I'm like shaking like right now, like thinking about it. Like I watch my fights and I'm feeling all the emotions I should have felt at that moment. But when I'm in that moment, I never feel more at peace than when I do with any other action in my life. It's like, for me, I feel like at that very moment, I'm supposed to be there. And then when I look back on those moments, it kind of feels like I'm kind of painting it somehow. Like I should only be able to live that exciting, amazing thing once. And it's almost cheating that I get to watch it whenever I want.
Yeah, it's got to be something else. Have you had moments now outside of the cage where it's just like bigger than life? Like basically like, holy shit, I'm a celebrity now. Or I am something that I can't even believe I am right now. Like where fans like lose their shit when they see you, or pictures that are just kind of like people are trembling. Have you had those moments yet?
Yeah. It's really weird, you know, because I'm from Vegas, so like the fight capital of like this country, and people will come up and talk to me. Or I go to church. Like I moved to like Pahrump, which is like 50 minutes out of Las Vegas.
Okay.
And I went to church, and like I walk into the building, I sit down, you know, during like the sermon. I see like this one guy sometimes like staring at me, you know, and I was like, okay, like that's like the congregation's weirdo. And then I go, the hour ends, and he comes up to me, and he's like, I know you. You're on the TV. You fight. And I was like, yeah, you know, that's kind of what I do. And it's just super weird that people could know me without knowing me. You know, when other people talk to me and they know things about me, like, how's your daughter? How's this? It's weird. It's like everybody has like as much information as a stalker would have about me, and it's all kind of strange.
It is weird, right? You're running around doing interviews and you're telling your life story, so people start watching these streams and watch you on with the media scrums and all this stuff, and you basically, pieces of your story are planted and all over the internet, and people are just consuming all this information to the point where they think they know you, right? Like, I mean, like, have you ever had people like walk up to you like they're your buds and you never met?
Yeah, like, especially because, like, you know, Vegas it's not a dangerous city, but it's still a city. So when, like, I'm pushing the cart, you know, I'm, like, buying gluten-free Oreos, and I feel like a hard pat on my shoulder. I look around, and it's not somebody I know. Like, hey. He's like, oh, yeah, I really want you to beat Patty. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm shopping.
Yeah.
What if I had CTE? And I was just angry when you touched me, you know? Like, what are you doing? You don't just touch people. You know, so it's strange, man. It's strange, but I love it. And I think eventually I'll get used to it. I can't imagine how all these more popular fighters feel. I can't imagine being like Dustin Poirier and being like the hero of my town. I feel like that'd just be terrifying and just fill me with so much anxiety.
If you were on a float going down the streets of Las Vegas and you're waving to all the people and some guy pulls up a sign and says, your wife's in me DMs, would you slap him? Would you jump off the float, give him the finger, a high five? What would you do to this guy?
Probably something similar to Dustin Poirier. You know, I might have a little ghetto moment.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I'm not sure I'd smack him. Smacking's a pretty effeminate way of hitting somebody.
You know, I think Dustin handled. I don't know. I watched that clip a million times. It looked like he slapped his hand. My wife was saying that he slapped his face. I thought it was his hand. I didn't think Dustin really did it.
Anything.
Did he do anything wrong? Like, I mean, he's just like, get the fuck out of here. That's what I saw there. But people are freaking out like he slapped a fan, and I'm like, I didn't think it was that bad. Did it look bad to you?
No, the fan thought it was even kind of funny. You know, like, it's not like he went to smack him twice, like he's biting his lip. It was like, dude, come on, man. Like when you, like, swat a toddler or something, like a little, like, dude, pay attention, like a little course correction type of smack.
Yeah.
You know, it was probably an annoyed slap, not an angry slap.
Yeah, he's like, what are you doing?
Not that I slap toddlers. I don't slap toddlers. No. That's not cool.
Well, sometimes you gotta. My daughter today, this has nothing to do with anything, but she went head first into a door, and it was just, oh my fucking God. Like, have you had a situation where the little one just took a tumble and you're like, oh my God, what the heck? Like, has there had any of those situations with the little one yet?
Yeah, isn't it crazy how, like, stupid and brave and hard-headed babies are? And then the moment they, like, stumble a second, they're completely panicked and they lose all, like, sense of decorum. Like, my baby will be climbing onto the counter, and then the moment I yell at her, she's like, oh no, like, that's the scary part, you know? Like, I just being a dad's weird, man. I can't imagine my mom.
It is a weird thing. And how old is your kid?
Just turned 2.
Turned
okay. 2 like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wow. My daughter's almost the exact same age. So 2. They're saying it's not terrible 2s anymore. They're saying it's like terrible 4s or something like. They say 4 is worse. How's the 2s going with you?
Oh, 2s are going great. Well, you know, I work, so I'm not here all day. So my wife's here all day. So I think having a 2-year-old is the most amazing thing ever. I always wanted to be a dad. That's one thing I've always wanted to be since I've been, like, a preteen. I've always wanted to be a father. So I think every part of being a dad's the best thing. So, yeah, she's sassy. My baby's a jerk. She smacks my phone out of my hand, and she'll ask for something to eat, and then you hand it to her, and she throws it on the ground. Like, she does mean things. She's petty, but it's pretty damn cool.
It is funny. Yeah, my little girl, she's got that. I don't know what it is, but it's different than boys. Like, they got their own little thing going on there, and it's funny. They're really, like, very funny, the things they do. They're some of the really messed up things, but they're really fun. You can't help but laugh at the silliness that comes out of these kids. So your wife does a lot of the heavy lifting with my wife does the same. Does she ever give you heat for it? Like, Jordan, I know you're a UFC fighter. I know you just knocked that guy out, but can you please change the diaper? Can you do this? Can you do that?
No, my wife's pretty damn perfect. Like,
that's great.
We've never had an argument in the 4 years we've been together. We've never, like, yelled at each other. Like, no, I'm, like, super blessed. I see all these people like, first few years are really hard. And I'm like, if it gets easier than this, man, like, I'm not sure what the challenging part is. Like, I really found my other half. So, yeah, like, she does the majority of the heavy lifting, like on the home front. But, like, I grew up, I had a single mom. So, like, I know how much work it is to do both, like, parts of the job. So whenever I get home, I try to help out as much as I can.
That's good.
Because you never know. You never know when you need to lean on your family. You never know how hard their day's going. So I always try to make it a little bit easier. And she always tries to make it a little bit easier. I feel like marriage and life and family always works the best when everyone's trying to help out everybody else before themselves. So
there you go. You're a good man. I'm happy for you. You got a good relationship. You got a beautiful daughter. Everything's going great. You spoke about your mom during the media scrum as well. You know, she raised you. No pop in the picture. It was just mom.
Yeah, my mom raised me and my 3 sisters on her own, and then she got married when I was 19. So I have a dad now. Okay. But, like, yeah. My mom did it all on her own. She got pregnant right out of high school with me, and she never really got to, you know, have young adulthood, like the teen years, really. So I'm very conscious of, like, the struggles of parenthood and making sacrifices, because, like, I saw every day growing up how much, like, being a parent and how much sacrifices you have to make to, like, take care of those you love. Mm-hmm. My mom's, like, my hero. Like, my mom, Jesus Christ, Dave Chappelle. Those are my people.
Did you throw Dave Chappelle in there? Is that one of the guys?
Yeah. That's my big three.
I don't blame you. He's the GOAT of comedians. I dare someone to say who's better a comedian than Dave Chappelle. That guy's hilarious. So you brought something up at the media scrum that your mom is white and she did not know how to do black hair. Is this true? She did not know how to style your hair as a kid?
Yeah, you can't put moose in this. You know.
Oh wait, no, it was in your YouTube video, I think. Oh wait, was it in media or was it in your YouTube? I can't remember now.
My YouTube video, you know.
See, there we go.
My YouTube video. Like Head and Shoulders don't cut it when you're black. You know, moose don't cut it. You know, I can't use regular hairspray, but my mom, you know, white ginger mom, she didn't know what to do. So we were all bald. You know, my sisters all had like, you know, ponytail, like things that don't really work really well for black kids, you know. But now we're all adults and like, you know, we're all finding our ethnic, you know, culture very late in our lives. And for me, it's like I get flat tops and all that jazz.
So what race did your mom marry when she remarried?
Oh, white. My parents are white now. Okay. I look adopted. I look adopted.
So you and your sisters were mixed, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you and your miss. So was it like? Did you guys horse around about this? But were people mean about it? Like were they like in school or anything like that? Why do your parents look a different color? This and that. Were they busted your chops?
I mean, I think it was always like lighthearted.
Oh, okay.
Like
good.
People would see me, and they'd see my mom, who's like pale as pale can be, red hair, blue eyes. Like, that's your mom? Because it didn't help. My mom adopted my cousin, who looks just like her. But,
okay.
You know, it's not from my mom. So everyone always assumed, like, oh, your daughter, the blonde one, she's so beautiful, looks just like you. It's like, and my mom's like, no, the black ones that look nothing like me, those are mine. So,
did she have a good sense of humor? Was she a funny like mom growing up?
Yeah, my mom has a very dry sense of humor, like myself. So I didn't know my mom was funny until I learned not to be offended whenever your parents insult you a little bit, you know? But now that I see it, I'm very much like her. My mom's pretty dang funny, but she's definitely a lot more like deadpan in her delivery. Like my mom's a little bit meaner than me, but but she's a woman, you know. Women are a little bit funny in different ways, so.
Well, you get your aggression out inside a cage. She doesn't have that luxury. So, I mean, I guess that works out well, right?
Yeah, I mean, she hit us. You know, my mom got her aggression out in some way. I'm joking.
Back of the hand, did she give you the old, you know, the belt or any of that stuff or no?
Not for me. I'm a good kid, you know. Like, I got spanked, I cried, it was over. You know, the sub-siblings, they try to juke the mom out. You know, they need a little bit more of a heavy hand.
Did you get into much trouble when you were a kid?
I don't think so. Like, I had the usual, like, teenage rebellion, like, drinking alcohol in the jacuzzi and sneaking out and stuff. But, like, I never did anything that put me in danger. And I only had, like, a slight rebellious stage in my early 20s. My sisters, on the other hand, were definitely the more wild children, but I'm the favorite. Well, according to my mom even say it. According to my siblings, like I'm the favorite, but it's not because I'm amazing, just because I wasn't as horrible. So,
so now I'm always fascinated with the background that you have with the law school and stuff like that. You finished law school, correct?
No, so I have 12 credits left for my college degree, and I was applying to law schools.
Oh, okay.
So
would you ever
2020 happened.
Okay. Would you ever go back to it? Would you ever go back to school and finish that up, or no?
Well, now it's like it's like a point of conflict in my family because all my aunts and uncles and everyone are all lawyers, and they're like, "You need to go to school, even though you train fight full time." And I'm like, I don't think you understand how much of a time, you know, I invested to this. So now I may not just finish my degree just to spite them because that's my sense of rebellion. But if I have to, I'm willing to sell out and go to law school and do things that way. But I get a few more bonuses. I won't have to really work a full-time job for the rest of my life. And that's kind of the whole goal. Just a few more bonuses, and I have the freedom to do whatever we need to do. So.
I tell you, yeah, like with these bonuses and these checks that are coming in, screw law school. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, they're the lawyers, but here you are pulling on all this money, just beating people up. So, I mean, I think you're winning in life, so far at least.
Yeah, it seems like, the story might be a tragedy, but right now, living life pretty damn good. So...
Is there a fear of staying too long? I mean, you're still young. You're still 27 years old. But is there that cutoff? Do you have that in your mind? Like, hey, I'm only going to go to this age.
Oh, no. I've taken so little damage to, my faculties in my entire career. I think I've been hit in the head, 30 times in all my fights. So, for me, I think the career could go a lot longer if I wanted it to be. But I feel like the moment I don't think I'm improving anymore, or I feel like it's only downhill, I won't stay.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I did get into the sport because it's like a journey of self-improvement for me. It makes me a better person. But the moment I feel like I'm not getting better or I can't get better, I'm not sure I'll be interested in it anymore.
There you go. Very interesting. It's a fascinating story that you have over here. You're coming off this big win. I mean, things are just going great. Was there someone that you wanted to call out after the fight, or you're just like, hey, man, whoever they throw in front of me, let's go?
Whoever they throw in front of me is generally my standard answer. But there's one fight I do really want, and I don't want to call it a call out because it's more of a please fight me. I'm a big fan. I've wanted to fight Clay Guida since I got to the UFC. Because I've been watching him since I started watching the sport. And I love his energy. I met him in person. And, a lot of respect there. And my selling point is you want to get the takedown record. I have horrible takedown defense. You could take me down and promise to get your numbers up. And we could fight. And that'd be a good, cool person for me to fight. There's not too many of the old guard left in the division anymore besides him and Jim Miller. So if I get any of these old school guys I've been looking up to since I was a kid, I'd be pretty damn happy.
Let me know in the chat if you would like to see Jordan fight Clay Guida. I'm in. One's in the chat if you want to see Jordan fight Clay Guida. I would be all over something like that. That'd be fantastic. Who wouldn't want to see something like that? That guy's a legend.
I know. I want to fight him in the T-Mobile Arena in front of a crowd. That'd be awesome.
Oh, man. All right. I'm seeing the ones coming in already. I got an alert coming in. This one here is from... Sonosi.
Wonderful.
Let's see what Sonosi has to say.
Congrats to the gayest straight man in the UFC according to Twitter. Did you know a prop KO bet for you was plus 1,300? You made some people noise cash money. Who would you want to fight in the top 15 if you had a choice?
Okay, so we changed our donation voice to an Indian woman. Could you make out what she said? Her name is Vishwana. She's a beautiful Indian princess that says our donations. I don't know why we picked Vishwana, but she's just gorgeous. He said, congrats to the gayest straight man in the UFC according to Twitter. What do you say about that?
I'm fine as long as I'm straight. As long as I'm a little bit on the straight side, I'm pretty cool. I'm sorry. I wish I could be gay for you guys. I wish. I would catch out on that so hard. I wish I could be the gay icon they want to make me. Sadly, I like women, man. So, yeah, opportunity wasted. Maybe I'll try. Maybe if I go to prison, I'll change. Who sees? Who knows?
Yeah, well, you got to do what you got to do there, right? He also made mention of your prop KO bet for that last fight was a plus 1,300 for you to get the knockout in that last fight. That's insane, right?
Yeah. It's surprising to me too. And I know I said even on here, I think I'm going to get a knockout. I'm just trying to, just in case my opponent was watching, it's maybe Jordan Leavitt will strike with me. And I was like, I actually did, huh? But yeah, I wasn't expecting the knockout. To be honest, I thought I'd get some stupid submission.
Did anyone hit you up and say, hey, man, I bet on that prop, that plus 1,300?
Yes. There is one individual. For my debut, he bet on me to beat Matt Wyman put $2,000 on it for me to win by first round knockout, and he made bank. This same person made the same bet, and 3 years later, I think it's the dumbest bet still. And he's like, "Thanks, man. You always pay out." And I was like, "Dude, these are the dumbest bets ever. There's no way I'm always paying out for you. Like, that makes no damn sense. But thank you for believing in me."
Do you get knuckleheads that slide into the DMs and say, like, "Oh, you lost me money, bro"? Like, I see a lot of fighters taking screenshots and doing stuff like that. Have they done that yet?
Not for this fight. I think a lot of people that are my fans, they're like, "Yeah, I bet on him to win by submission, but I'm so happy he got a knockout." So, no, luckily none of those knuckleheads this time, but both my losses, "Dude, can I get my money back?" Like, I'm like, "Dude, I promise I lost more money than you." But yeah, luckily not too much of this fight.
And he also asked, in the top 15, is there someone in the top 15 ranked that you would love to fight? I guess besides the champ, of course.
Oh, top 15 is so cool. I would like to fight Gamrot, Dan Hooker. Yeah, that's all I can think about for the top 15 that I'm actually not, to be honest, that I'm not scared of. You know, a lot of those guys are pretty scary individuals, but Gamrot would be an awesome fight. I really like his style. I would say Arman Saryuka, but me and him trained together. But like, if I wasn't friends with him, I think he's the future. I'd love to get that, but that's never going to happen because we're boys. So Gamrot, Dan Hooker.
In the gym, who gets the? I know this is you can't talk about this, but we're gonna try anyway. Who gets the better in the gym with you and Sarukian?
Depends. It depends.
So you striking.
They call me the gym goat for a reason. They call me the gym goat for a reason. I'm very good in the gym.
Interesting.
But I will say that Arman Saryukan and Yair Rodriguez are the most talented fighters I've ever trained with in my entire life. So I will say Arman has beat the crap out of me many times. So, yeah, it depends.
Very interesting. There's a guy that was on your card that happens to be in your weight class. I'm going to pull him up over here. His name is Nurulu Aliyev. Did you get a chance to catch this kid fight, the first fight on your card?
I did. I didn't watch his fight, but me and him were actually kind of buddy-buddy for fight week. We were cutting weight at the same time. I would see, because his team was kind of at Syndicate, like in the cage, like doing their own thing. And I didn't know he was a 55er. He's so much smaller than me. I thought he was a 45er, perhaps even a big 35er. But really talented kid, great wrestling. A little green. It's coming from me. I'm also pretty damn green, so I'm not talking crap. Very talented kid. I think he's a really cool style. I think I'm very interested to see how his next few fights go.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was going crazy. They had the convenient camera in his homeland with the crowd going and all this stuff. You could tell the UFC really wants this kid to win, and he just so happens to talk and look just like Khabib Nurmagomedov. Like, it just feels like, what's going on here? Did they make this guy in a lab? Like, what's going on? But what you're saying, we do need to see more from this kid, correct?
We do. His opponent kept, from the highlights, he kept jumping on guillotines, like jumping the ghillie. And though I'm all for jumping on submissions, it wasn't going to happen. So I feel like his opponent was kind of making some bad IQ moves. And I feel like a person who has good counter wrestling might give him a lot of trouble because he had a lot of very telegraphed shots. But he's young. Mm-hmm. He's young, and it's so hard to tell after the first fight in the UFC how good somebody is because there's not a lot of tape on them. But then after we get a little bit more information, fighters have a better chance, have a better job of like scouting them and doing film and everything. I think he has a very high ceiling.
There you go.
And I'm excited to see where we both are in the division in a year or two.
When you guys were hanging out, did he try to bite your fingers at all?
No, and he didn't try to eye gouge me either. He did have a little bit of a dirty Contender Series fight. But no, he's a very nice guy.
Okay.
Like, I was aware of him before his fight. We were kind of like, he was aware of me. He had really good trading partners. Well, yeah, he fights to win, damn it. He's playing for keeps. I'm not sure if he was getting fish hooked. I'm not sure who I believe in that situation, but he goes for it.
All right. There's another guy I do want to ask you about, too, that was on your card that got a lot of attention. First off, I am sorry for Eric Gonzalez. I like Eric. He's been on the show. Super cool dude. Had an off night that night. But the dude that he fought, Trevor Peek, this headline, the prelims on your card. Did you get a chance to check this kid and his knockout of Eric Gonzalez with his crazy standing hammer fists?
Oh, yeah. I got to watch that. I have a lot of questions. Like, does he do that often? Does he break his pinkies? Like, there was a lot of emotion. Like, he's Francis Ngannou from, I forget, he's from somewhere in the South, but very Ngannou-esque, lots of power. He was just standing up when he was getting taken down. Very bizarre. Another guy, we were hanging out. Like, I didn't know how many lightweights were on this card until we were all in the hot tub together. And like, oh, how much do you weigh? And I'm like, oh, like 70. And like, oh, me too. And I'm like, that's pretty damn fat for a 45er. Peak's also pretty little compared to me, but very talented, very strange style. Mm-hmm. Very strange style indeed. I was having a chuckle watching him just throw. He fights like he has bricks in his hands, like he's trying to hit you with things. It's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I think it was. I can't remember. I think it was Chris Curtis that said that it looked like he had dumbbells in his hands, and he was just cracking. Trevor Peek. Wow. There was a lot of interesting characters coming out of that card. That was a really strange night.
Yeah. The undercard was really good. If I do say so myself, like the undercard was really good. Main card, but we interesting night of fights. I'm glad the UFC decided to give all the finishes like bonuses because strange finishes all around. So.
That's good to see. Yeah, that's good to hear. I like when the UFC is just handing the money out because, I mean, geez, you guys, if anyone deserves it, it's you guys. And especially with those performances, for sure. We got another message here.
Super chat.
This is from Black S. Chan
Monkey
MMA.
King. Monkey Kang said, what's up?
Monkey Kang said, what's up? This is from Blacka's Chan MMA. I don't know who Monkey Kang is. Do you know who Monkey Kang is?
I do. I don't. But what's up, Monkey Kang?
I have no idea who that is, but thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. All right. So Monkey Kang. Wow, look at that. There's another version of the Monkey King, Monkey Kang.
All these pretenders.
There's only one Monkey King. There's only one. Remember that, chat.
Wonderful.
This is from Tropic Tom.
Jordan is the thinking man's fighter. Very sporting but still able to pull out the Cobra Kai no mercy rule when necessary. You should brainstorm a crossover between legal and fighting where objections mandate a physical exchange.
I don't know how to. Would you like to say anything?
I'd watch that show. Like a little like courtroom drama where the guy just swings on the prosecuting like lawyer. Like I consider like when I first got married, I was like, I'll go to law school and I'll fight at the same time. And I'll write my own contract, I'll manage myself, it'll be really cool. But they both just take so much dang time. And being a lawyer, you have to like sell part of your soul. I'm not sure I'm cut out for it.
Well, did the lawyer like knowledge come into play when you decided to have your training partners and everything like that? When you said you're going to pay them up front, you think that was from your background, your a little bit of your knowledge?
Yeah. It's just like when you read about like the business disputes and everything, it always comes down to there's one misunderstanding, and everything spreads from that one misunderstanding. Mm-hmm. And I'm not ever going to be taken to small claims court, do any of that dumb stuff, because people have their emotions all in different areas, different circumstances. And I just think a lot of fighters, they just do a lot of things because that's just how everybody else does it. I pay 10%, but like, do you work with that coach? It's like, well, no. Then why are you paying them 10%? Why are you letting people take advantage of you? You know, often if you really look at the sport, it's everyone else in the sport is kind of making money off of the fighters. So the fighters need to look out for their own interests. Anything you could do that could look out for that could make sure that you're a little bit more stable, that you have a little bit less drama in like in the business, area of of the sport. I think it's just it'll just pay so many dividends if you just make sure to make everything clear in that aspect of your career, because promoters need you to make money, your managers need you to make money, the coach needs you to make money. So you need to make your own money, because they're going to take their cut no matter what happens. So don't let them manipulate you. Too many fighters think everyone's their friend, when in fact, in many ways, you can look at they're all kind of your enemies. So.
Is it like that? Like when you're coming from the regional scene, are they like, and you start winning some fights, you start getting these weird calls, like from weird management companies and this and that. Hey, let's work together. Like, when does that start happening?
As soon as I got to the UFC, I have a lot of different management companies constantly like reaching out, like, I can get you real money. And I'm like, you don't know how much money I make, man. I make pretty good money. And like, they're always just trying to like fake it till you make it. Like like all these guys, and they're poorer than I am. They have less followers than me. I've never heard of them, but they could help me. It's all very strange, but they're shooting their shot. You miss every shot you don't take, but so many fighters are just willing to trust people that you have no reason to trust. And it's very strange because a lot of fighters they just need a little love. So the moment anyone shows them a little love, even if the person seems completely unqualified, a lot of fighters will stick with that person and have a sense of loyalty for a very long time, even when it doesn't suit their interest. So I think it's a lot of fun when managers, reach out to me and tell me how they're going to make me all this money, how these things they can do. And it's just it's very strange.
It's got to get interesting once you start stringing together some wins, especially like Saturday. You're knocking people out, finishing people. I'm sure you're going to start getting some really weird calls down the road. But you got it all together. You got it all figured out. I mean, nothing can stop the Monkey King, correct?
No, only I can stop me.
There you go.
I just got to get out my own damn way. So as long as I put the work in, trust the process, train, keep doing weird stuff after I fight, I think things will continue to trend upwards.
You might not have to do weird things anymore after knockouts like that. You're finishing people like that, the weird stuff might go away. Are you fearful that you might not have to do novelty things?
Yeah. I mean, I saw one guy, some YouTube channel, I knocked the guy out and I went aggro. He's like, there he is. That's heterosexual Jordan Leavitt right there. That's what we needed all along. And I'm like, what? Like, they just need me to be a little bit more manly. And they're like, he even forgot to torque. This is what we even needed from him. I was like, I didn't know people felt that strongly. Like, that was the only thing stopping you from liking me, was me shaking my butt.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense how people are so freaked out by things that may come across as feminine. Like, what's the big deal? Like, who gives a shit? Like, it's not going to hurt them in any way. Like, what's wrong with these people?
Yeah, these guys have never shook their butt ever in their life. Even ironically, I don't believe it. I don't believe I'm the only person that's ever, like, jokingly done effeminate things in front of their dudes. Like, it's what you do. It's what you do.
When you gave the eyebrow, what was going through your mind that you gave it strong this time? Like, you made sure this eyebrow got out. Was this pre-planned?
No. I just saw the camera person, like, in my face. I kind of, like, did my thing, and I was like, oh. Like, this is the moment. Hit him with the Riz. And then, like, I saw that. I was watching, like, the fight in its entirety, and I was like, I look like a man who feels very confident, I did not feel quite as confident, but I definitely looked like I had not a care in the world, and, yeah, I definitely was hamming up as much as I could.
Seizing the moment. You did look confident. I was like, oh, I'm going to win this bet. This guy's ready. But so in your mind, though, you're like, oh, shit, it's about to go down?
Yeah. Kind of like act the part. And I'm not, like, freaking out, but it's like, you don't feel like you're about to get in a fist fight when Bruce Buffer's saying your name. Like, it's like you're like kind of watching it and kind of experiencing it, but it's like, oh, this is cool. And then it's like, wait, I'm fighting. I'm getting ready to fight. you know, so you kind of got to do these things that kind of put you in a mindset. And for me, it's like put myself in a performative mindset. Like, okay, like, you know, I do my little monkey armpit scratch thing. You know, I shake my neck out. I look at the camera. You know, just kind of like do your little checklist to put yourself in the zone. So
there you go. And so Bruce Buffer being the announcer for this fight, I was shocked. We haven't seen him in the Apex in a while, and he went back into the Apex. We've been seeing pay-per-view Buff, and then all of a sudden we got him in the Apex here. He was at your Paddy Pimblett fight as well on that fight night, but still, the Apex Bruce Buffer in effect. What was that about? Did you find out? Did they ever say?
Oh, no. I was surprised to see him, too. I hadn't seen him since, like, he was at my first fight at the Apex. Well, I don't think I've seen him since.
That's right.
Yeah,
So he
he
wasn't in the Paddy situation. Was he? I can't remember now. I thought he was there. Did he call that fight?
I think he was in the Paddy situation.
He was, right?
Correctly.
Okay. So he was there for that. But yeah, in the Apex, it's not like a thing with him. That's weird.
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's like wasted, like it's Bruce Buffer's wasted, but it's kind of like, are you ready? It's like a dozen people in the crowd, and I know 4 of them. It's like, we don't need you to be, like, I love that he brought the energy. Like, we appreciate the energy, Bruce, but it kind of feels weird when, like, you're fighting for 14 people and Bruce Buffer's just screaming.
Yeah. He's just booming, and it's just echoing in the Apex. That is wild. Yeah, I guess that's the difference with Martinez, right? Martinez seems like he's the yin to the yang. When they bring Martinez in, he's the other guy. Like, he's the guy that he sounds good, but he's not over the top. Bruce is for the lights, the cameras, the action, right?
Yeah. I like to imagine, like, if they both went to a party, like Martinez would be the life of the party, and then Bruce would walk in, and then Martinez would be like, I hate that guy. I love Bruce. Why does no one care about me? I just wonder what he thinks. Everyone like always like, you never hear too many things about Martinez, you know? Like, oh, okay, like, he's okay. But people are like, can you imagine the sport without Bruce Buffer? Oh, I love Bruce Buffer. I wonder if he feels like inadequate sometimes being compared to Bruce.
You think Martinez goes home and he has a dartboard with Bruce Buffer's face on it, and he's like, damn you, Bruce! Just flinging darts at it?
Yeah, he's trying to like give him like scalding coffee before he performs and everything, try to like ruin his voice. You know?
That would be a fantastic movie. You need to pitch this to someone. You know, someone's got to make this movie. It would be hilarious. Ben Stiller maybe or something, I feel. All right, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions and then get you out of here. I feel bad. I don't want to keep you too long. The Monkey King in the building over here. I do want to get your thoughts on Jon Jones this weekend, making his heavyweight debut. He's found God more than ever, and he's running around saying that he did not cheat because now they have changed the rules with the micro-dosing, picograms, whatever the hell. I don't know much about it, but apparently now the rules are different because of Jon Jones, the trendsetter. Thoughts?
He most definitely cheated. You know, like the rules were at that time that, you know, he cheated, you know.
Yeah.
I've never once had, you know, a picogram spike, even, you know, to the legal levels. I don't know. Like, you have to cheat for it to happen. So I imagine that that's true. And, you know, he's closer to God. I mean, I guess we'll have to see. His career's kind of been very interesting to watch in that respect, you know. Christian, and then shenanigans, you know, things happen. I think Jon Jones will handily beat Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane just does so many things that are just like tendencies that he does that he gets away with because I think the heavyweight division's a fake division. And I think he can get away with all these like technical deficiencies. Mm. And I think Jon Jones is going to be breaking his base. He's going to be controlling the distance. And Ciryl Gane is going to get clinched. And he's going to get annoyed. And I don't think Ciryl Gane has that dog in him. So I think I'm excited to see Jon Jones back. You take all the drama out of everything, he's the GOAT, bar none. So happy that happy that we'll have him back in the sport. If he loses, I think he should retire. But if he wins, undeniable. He's the greatest of all time. So
it's crazy. He's the same height as Gane. He's got the 84.5-inch reach. Gon has an 81-inch reach. Like, he's on the stats. Like, he's comparable with a long reach. Any eye pokes you predict? Any gouging or any of that stuff?
Oh, for sure. He's going to gouge somebody. He's going to do some other sketchy stuff. And Cyril Gon's will look over like, hey, and then he get hit while he's complaining about it. He's a dirty fighter. He's a dirty fighter. He's so dirty, but he's never got a point taken away for his dirty antics, so he's never going to stop. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on everything you said. The kicks to, like, the knee, those, like, the Jackson Wink kick, you know, like where all the Jackson Wink fighters are just stomping on that knee. What are your thoughts on that? Do you like those?
I mean, I hate when it happens to me, but I throw them fairly often because they're legal. Mm-hmm. They're not as dangerous as we'll make it out to be. We've only had one UFC fight where it ended the fight. That was Khalil. Well, Khalil took off that guy's leg, and that guy's fine a year later. It only will damage the knee if you have weight on that leg. So people who have no weight on their front leg, it will do absolutely nothing to it because your leg will just move and you can just take your weight off of it. But a lot of fighters just don't ever alter their base. So they have a wide stance, they get stomped in the knee, they don't do anything, and then their knee gets popped. And that's kind of your fault. You got to make adjustments. Like Alexander Gustafsson didn't get his knee stomped out because he circled. Jon Jones going to throw them. So we got to defend it. And it's a legit move. Not the most gentlemanly tactic. We got to prepare for it. So.
What is a rule that you would bring back? Like, would you be pro headbutt? Would you be pro 12-6 elbow, a soccer kick? Is there anything that you're like, that would be fun? Would you, is there anything, one of those things that you would bring back?
I'd be down for knees to the ground of the opponent.
Knees
to the head. Oh, I'd love that. And soccer kicks. I'm down for pride rules, like in general. Like I TKO'd my first guy. I felt so aggro, swarming on him. I can't imagine how manly I'd feel curb stomping some guy. Like, I'm an intellectual, not violent person, but just once when we stomp some guy, like that'd be pretty damn empowering, But after that fight, make it illegal so it doesn't happen to me, But stomping somebody, damn, that's gotta be a ride.
I think you instantly became the whole chat's favorite fighter just by saying that. Just stomping on a guy is something that you would love to do. That's a very interesting technique that you would like to bring back in there. The knee to the grounded opponent, though, like, it drives me nuts as a fan when I see people constantly grounding themselves and then you can't knee them in the head, and then you watch one and you're like, yeah, you're fair game. Like, you can't be just playing that game against the fence. And I understand why people do it, because, you're not going to get kneed in the head. So do you think that should be wiped away? Like, none of that grounding anymore?
Yeah, I feel like if we're going to make grounded knees illegal, knees on the ground should make you grounded, but hands shouldn't count.
Fair.
Because it's just your hands. Like, if your legs are straight and you just reach down on the ground, like, you could defend yourself. You're not in an indefensible position. So I'm all for knees to the grounded opponent. And you hate lay and pray. Like, I promise you, all these wrestlers would be killing people if they could, pass your guard and just knee you in the dome. And if you're on your back and the guy's holding you down on your guard, you could knee from your back. It's the same thing as a Muay Thai clinch. You're just on the ground now. I think we just add a cool dynamic to the sport, and yeah, that's what's missing.
I'm with you. I like it. One more thing. Bare Knuckle. I don't know if you followed BKFC, but they announced that Luke Rockhold and Eddie Alvarez. Now, it's going to be Luke Rockhold versus Mike Perry and Eddie Alvarez versus Chad Mendes in an upcoming event in April. What are your thoughts about guys getting, former UFC fighters going over to Bare Knuckle and doing that thing?
You're trying to get me in trouble. It's a very political issue for us. But I think Bare Knuckle is pretty damn cool. And I think it's very interesting how much money Bare Knuckle has, because I don't know anybody that pays for the events. But these fighters get paid out the wazoo, and it's very cool. And it's very exciting because, especially I don't see too many fighters that were like very well respected in the sport of MMA that go there and get paid a bunch of money. Like Mike Perry's been on an awesome post UFC career, like tour. You know, like he beat Michael Venom Page. He looks awesome. But in the UFC, he was kind of like hidden underneath a lot of different talents and everything. So I think the more combat sports there are, the better, because some fighters under a different rule set are world champions, you know, and I think good fights are good fights in general. So I think bare knuckle boxing is pretty damn cool. I like to watch. I'm one of the few people that does watch it, you know, and Luke Rockhold, he seemed very resentful for a guy that was kind of like taken care of, like 1% in the sport of MMA. So that's a little strange to me. But go where you feel like you're getting paid your worth. You know, do what makes you most comfortable, because we literally put our bodies on the line.
Sure.
And if you're not comfortable with how much you're getting paid, that's a you issue. You got to figure out how to make yourself comfortable. So.
And after the UFC, would you even like? Would it be something you would think about? Like we spoke about Power Slap, and there's a price for that. Would you think about doing like bare knuckle down the road, like just for the hell of it, big paycheck or something?
Oh, for sure. If I leave the UFC not on my terms, I would love to have a professional boxing match, Muay Thai, bare knuckle. Like, I'm a competitor. I'm a fighter. I'll fight in any rule set, minus Power Slap, and that's a little scary now. I don't like. It'd be very demasculating to get slapped by a man and get slept. So I don't want that to happen. But left way, bare knuckle, combat sambo, I think it's all cool. I'd do sumo. I'd do any of these damn things. I just like to compete. I like combat sports. But yeah, I definitely would do that for sure.
We have a couple alerts here. I'm not going to play the jingles. Let me just get to the questions really quick here. If Drake ever bet on you, would you feel blessed that you made it or cursed? This is from Tropic Tom.
Oh, I will drop out of the fight. I'll get sick after weigh-ins. Next question.
Okay. Jordan Ninja Choke says, Jordan, we are so proud of you, bro. Congrats on an incredible finish. Reminded me of a vintage Vanderlei Silva TKO something. Thanks for coming on and hanging with Moss and the Holes again. I was sad to miss the twerk, though, bro.
I'm sorry. I was too aggro. I was too manly to twerk that night. But I'm still the effeminate Monkey King you know and love. I'm a soy boy every day until my last day. And you'll get some booty shaking next time. Promise you. And I'm disappointed in myself. I feel like I sold out. I feel like all those toxic manly guys that want me to change, they want a little victory because I was complacent. And you deserve better.
So you're saying right here that you're going to double, triple down the next celebration when you win?
Yeah, I'm going to kill them with susness. I'm the sus king, baby. You know, I'm not going to say I got sugar in the tank, but they can say it all they want, you know. I'm baby. They can hate it. They can love it. Whatever. But my fans deserve what they paid for. And I know what they expect from me. I will never forget you guys.
Last one here. This is from Zen Book Review. He says, hey, Jordan, what's your favorite classic lit genre and book?
Ooh. I'm going to be very basic. But my favorite classic lit genre is anything from the Gilded Age. And I love The Great Gatsby. I think Gatsby's a G. And I'm one of those people. So if you read The Great Gatsby, Gatsby's black. Okay? It seems very clear to me from the text. They comment about his dark skin. That's why you can never be like them, no matter how rich you can be. Gatsby's black. And it's a pretty damn nuanced book. Very basic of me. I'm so sorry. But The Great Gatsby is one of my favorite books ever because it's just so bougie, so pimpin', and Gatsby's so cool. So.
Was that movie any good? I never seen The Great Gatsby. Was it the remake? Was that one with DiCaprio?
I loved that one. The music was
good.
really bad. They put a bunch of like modern music in it, but I think Leonardo DiCaprio was a perfect Gatsby, besides being white. And I love that damn story.
I might have to go back and check it out. Well, Jordan, listen, man. Another fantastic appearance by the Monkey King. You did it again. You got your knockout. We're all super happy and thrilled for you. We're always rooting you on. We're always Team Leavitt. We're very biased over here. And now's the time to look the people in the eye, the MMA-Holes, and tell them what's going on in your life. Give them a farewell that they will never forget.
You know, things are all good in the Monkey Kingdom. Won the fight, got the knockout for y'all. You guys believed in me. I'm not sure if I ever thought it was going to happen, but it made it happen. And now that I won a fight, we can start trying to have a baby. So we're going to start making the baby. We're going to figure it out. Going to have more members of the royal family. We're going to win the next fight. We're going to keep rolling.
There we go. Love it, man. Love it. Listen, Jordan, thank you again. I appreciate it. Have a fantastic night and can't wait to find out what's next, what's in store. When are you looking to get back in?
Yeah, as soon as possible. As long as I'm not fighting this weekend, I'm ready. I'm going to stay skinny. I'm going to get a few more highlights this year. 2023 is going to be awesome. Oh, and Black History Month just ended. So, love you, niggas.
Jordan Leavitt, thank you for stopping by. Look at that. Oh, my God. Before we went live, he dropped the N-word. I'm like, it's a good thing you did that before we went live, but he was smart enough to wait until the very end. Try to get that, YouTube. Try to get that. He's the freaking best. The best. Jordan Monkey King Leavitt. Let me catch up. I read these alerts, but
super chat.
actually, Turpy Buds will answer him here.
MOSIBETU Jones finishes Gane. Who you taking?
Yeah, I'm picking Jones as well. Just like Jordan, I'm picking Jones as well. As the fight gets closer, I'm getting more confident.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We'll see what the weigh-ins look like.
If Drake ever bet on you, would you feel blessed that you made it or cursed?
I think Jordan handled that question nicely, and thank you very much, Tropic Tom. By the way, behind me is the first gift for my birthday. March 8th is the birthday. If you'd like to send something, down below in the description, you can find an address to send stuff to. This is very exciting, this box over here. So thank you, mystery sender. It's a big box. I'll be opening it up on March 8th, the day of the birth.
I fell off a shopping cart. It really fucking hurt so much. My muscular ass is sore. I let out my manly roar. I fell off my shopping cart. It really fucking hurt so much. My muscular ass is sore. I like to beat up girls with ease.
Ninja choke.
With ease.
Ouch.
Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Thank you. $15 from Ninja
Jordan,
Choke.
we are so proud of you, bro. Congrats on an incredible finish. Reminded me of a vintage Vandalay Silver TKO or something. Thanks for coming on to hang with MOS and the Holes again. I was sad to miss the twerk though, bro.
Yeah, he was so fired up that he couldn't get his celebration in because he beat that man's brakes off. Zen Book Review coming in.
Hey Jordan, what's sort of fave classic lit genre and book?
There you go. And he answered that, The Great Gatsby. Thank you guys so much for your donations. Appreciate it. Never read the super chat. Hold on, let's go back. I bet Jones finishes gone. Oh, wait, hold on. Jordan is the thinking man's fighter, very sporting, but still able to put the Cobra Kai. That was read. Yeah, we played it, though. And Vishwana mutilated it. If that's the one you're talking about. Vishwana. I don't know if Vishwana should stay because, like, you could tell the guests are like, what is she saying? I don't know. What do you think? Should we change her or keep her? I mean, I love Vishwana. She's a beautiful princess of the show. Wait, is this camera whacked? What the fuck? Wow, this camera looks jammed up. I don't know what happened to my camera. It got like super contrasty. What the hell? This looks super weird. I fell for a shopping cart. The hell? Why is it so contrasty? That's weird. What the fuck? Looks bizarre. No slap fight. I've given up. Does that look any better? No, it doesn't look any better. Let's see. Let's get this on the fly. It looks weird. What's the deal? I'm going to have to play with that after the stream. Very strange. We got to talk about BKFC with the peeps. We got to talk about Jon Jones. Jon Jones spoke to the media. So many things to talk about with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a quick break, and then when we come back, we're talking UFC 285. We're talking about BKFC. Mike Perry is fighting Luke Rockhold. I got something to send you, a P.O. box if possible. Yeah, so down below, here, I'll show you guys how to send us presents if you'd like. If you go down below this video, okay, just go to the description over here. This is where you see like all our links to stuff. Like you got the donations and all that stuff and our patrons. Right at the bottom of the description, right over here, there's a Pick'em, Discord, social media, contact us. Okay, you click on that link. This is our link tree. Okay, and in our link tree, it has our address right at the bottom over here. You could send us stuff. So if you'd like to send us stuff, we got a box, a UPS box. Feel free to send it. You got a week to give me a present. I'll open it on air. If you want to send Jesse, the baby, whatever, I don't give a shit. We will open it on air. We pay for the box, so might as well send us some gifts, some fun stuff. And I got space in our studio. Like we'll probably, I don't know, I'm going to be changing things around like with our sets and stuff. So I do have space by our soundboards where we're going to have guests sign the soundboards, and above I'm going to take some of the old art that you guys gave us and put it up top over here, and anything new that you send, I'm literally going to put it all over the room. So when you do get to see the room, you get to see all the special art. So if you'd like to send anything, hit that link tree. Oh, that's nice of you, Turpy, but appreciate that. It's really nice of you. All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about BKFC. Big news dropped on ARIEL today. David Feldman, full of life, boring everybody. And then the 285, I just want to specifically really zone in on Jon Jones at the press conference. Not press conference, media scrum. Tomorrow is a press conference. We got a link scheduled for that, so we'll be live for the press conference, playing the audio and reacting. But stand by, friends. We'll be right back after a quick break from our sponsors. Pop.
cheat underworld of legends.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Are we gonna sing? Are we gonna sing? Come on! Why you eating my bacon? All I want. Why you eating my bacon? UndispusedBelts.com. Okay, all right. Everybody settle down, settle down. We just had the Monkey King on the show. He dropped the N-word, and it was wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Jordan Leavitt is the best, man. He is a funny, funny guy. He got a big win Saturday night. Got the 3 checks. He's gonna grow the family. He's gonna go grow the family. And I'm about to talk about BKFC real quick over here. It's BKFC number 41 that's going down, and it's in Denver, and they just dropped this bomb today on the Helwani show. Perry versus Rockhold, Mendes versus Alvarez, Christine Ferreira versus Rawlings, and Ben Rothwell is on the card as well. We threw a tweet out there saying, hey, it's because of Christine and Ben Rothwell. That's why this thing is really big. But this is a massive mega card that they're throwing out there. It is a pay-per-view that is $49, so that's something to talk about. But Mike Perry versus Ben Rothwell. You know, I mean, I'm Ben Rothwell. Hello, that would be really weird. Luke Rockhold, excuse me. Luke Rockhold's a lot bigger than Perry, but so is MVP. And everyone counted out Mike Perry, including myself. Like, I was like, there's no way he's going to beat Michael Venom Page. And he did. And now he's fighting, he's like breaking in Luke Rockhold to the sport. And it's fascinating. And then you have Eddie Alvarez coming in there fighting Chad Mendes in the Conor McGregor's children's fight. That's going down as well. But Eddie Alvarez going to Bare Knuckle, did not even see that coming. So you got former UFC talent fighting. You got Ben Rothwell, former UFC fighter. You got the big ladies title fight as well. I mean, this card is stacked. So first off, the question I have for the chat is, are you going to pay for this? It is on a Saturday. It's April 29th. I am not quite sure what it's going against. Let's see if the UFC's April 29th. I don't think the UFC's that far ahead. But let's just check it. April. Oh, maybe they are. April. Load more. Why you eating my bacon? Okay, so I don't think so. Does not look like it. So it stops literally the week before. So I'm curious, is the UFC even going to have an event? Are they afraid of Bare Knuckle? So UFC, at least on their website, stops at April 22nd. And that is Blades versus Pavlovich. Okay. Are you paying for this? Are you buying this event? Are you interested? Do you care? Let's see. I signed up for BKFC tickets. They aren't on sale yet. I'm going, baby. Top G's actually going to the events. That's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
I pay for Newton, says Mike Jones. UFC roster watch, remove Darren Till. I did see that. We spoke about that. You know, when it was weird when Feldman came on, for some reason I was thinking that Bare Knuckle, maybe Darren Till was going to be in Bare Knuckle. Like, I was like, who's going to be in there? I did not think Luke Rockhold and Eddie Alvarez. Completely threw me off. That's a good card. Kendall says, I'll go. If you call it Moss, I'm interested. Yeah, well, I'm hoping the UFC is not against it. I'm hoping we could spend the night with undivided attention to that event. So I'm kind of hoping the UFC doesn't, or has an earlier card. But yeah, I'm interested. Especially with Christine Ferreira on the card. Excited to see her get that big fight. Only a few OGs left. Let's see. I don't know what JJ's talking about. I don't know. He's saying the Don. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Let's see. Casey, go outside and look at the sky. I'll go with Kendall. Kendall's got a date. Okay. What do you think about the matchup between Luke Rockhold and Mike Perry? Who wins that fight? Rockhold versus Perry. I'm going to drop a poll in the chat. We'll make it quick over here. Who wins? Who wins? Okay. And, you know, remember, Perry did his thing with MVP, which I was shocked. So I think people are believers in Perry's skills in bare knuckle. You coming in?
I didn't have...
Hold on 1 second. Let me put this in. Who wins? Rockhold Perry. Let's heat up Jess. Jess, yes?
I didn't have time to do hair and makeup, so I thought I would still do voice to try and... She went to bed a little late.
Okay.
And I still had to eat dinner, so I'm a little late.
That's all right.
But I'm here.
Does it look weird? Does the camera look weird here? I don't know. It looks darker for some reason. No? Might be seeing things.
It looked fine.
I thought it looked too contrasty or something. Anyway, so I don't know if you heard any of Jordan's interview, but he said the N-word on here, Jesse.
I heard the tail end.
What are we going to do?
I did hear that. But I think if anyone can get away with it, it's Jordan.
Yeah. What do you think's in this box over here? I got to be honest with you. I can't wait to open this thing.
I have a few ideas.
I can't wait.
But
I can't wait.
I'm sure
Send me
can't.
presents. Send me presents. I'm going to be like a kid in a candy store. In fact, was it next Wednesday? When's my birthday? I'm never excited about my birthday. Is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe do I have a guest? I don't know if I have a guest.
That would be a little uncomfortable.
Why?
Well, it's your birthday. It should be for everyone
Should I just make
to
it about
celebrate.
me?
Yeah.
Should I just say, okay, I'm going to have this. Here's the deal. Whoever sends me gifts, the stream stays on for how many gifts I have to open, and then I turn it right off.
Yeah, no, don't do that. But I'm saying,
Send me presents.
It should be a celebration.
I
You
don't
know,
even like birthdays. It's weird.
I know, but
that's exciting. Whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's ahead. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll get a guest. I don't know. We'll see. Who would be a good birthday guest? Maybe my mom. Should I have my mom as a guest?
Yeah.
My mom and dad, since
Aussie cat.
Since my mom pushed me out that day.
Ask her about the details of the day.
Yeah,
what was it
play
like?
by play to the actual birth.
Oh God.
Jordan's kids around the same age as ours.
Yeah, I did hear that part. I was
2.
listening to some of the interview when I was putting Ellie to sleep, so I was able to catch most of it.
She seems like a little sassy pants.
Yeah, she sounds a lot like Ellie.
Yeah.
Like when you give her food and then she throws it. I mean, Ellie, she likes food, but every once in a while she'll do the same thing. She'll just throw it.
I love talking to Jordan, man. He's like one of my faves. Like I could just bullshit with him.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and I always feel bad. Like I don't want to keep him on too long.
He's just comfortable to talk to, it seems like. You know, like he doesn't seem like one of those people who have social awkwardness.
Well, he
is
awkward, but he's in a good
awkward, but like, you know what I mean? Like some people make things like just really socially awkward. I don't want to like name names, but we know a few people who just like, you're just like very uncomfortable having conversations with them.
Yeah.
You know, and he's not one of those people.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I like him a lot. He's like super cool. Like I'll say, hey, you want to come on show? Yeah. Hey, you want to react to Power Slap? Cool. Like he's super cool. So
yeah,
one of my faves. Who do you think's gonna win? Perry or wow? Okay, hold on a second. Let me pull up Perry or Luke Rockhold and Bare Knuckle. First off, are you excited about that fight?
When you told me about it earlier today, I was just kind of like, okay, like whatever. But I think that the reason for that is because I feel like Rockhold is like, I don't know. I mean, are we still on the whole Rockhold thing, or are we done? I was
in because his last fight with Paulo Costa was great. That was great. You
kind of had enough of Rockhold, right?
No, I wanted more. I actually did. After that Paulo Costa fight, I actually started becoming a fan again.
When you said
I love that fight.
When you said Mike Perry, I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be interesting. And then you said he's gonna fight Luke Rockhold. I was like, okay.
I liked it.
Whatever. I don't know. Maybe it'll be more exciting when I actually see it. But right now, I'm just like, whatever.
I kind of rather Luke in MMA. I don't know if I really need to see him bare knuckle, but it's a novelty.
I feel like he's gonna get pieced up.
Well, the chat agrees. 74% are picking Perry.
I mean, I'm kind of with him.
That's wild.
I don't know what Rockhold's going to be able to do. I mean, he's never fought bare knuckle before.
It's a lot bigger, though. He is a lot bigger. But then again, MVP was too. But
yeah,
Luke Rockhold's a big dude.
Yeah, but he also has a glass chin.
You think he knocks him out?
I think I think he can get knocked out. And you have to remember, this is predominantly head strikes that he's going to be taking in this fight, because it's not like MMA where you can grapple and all that shit, you know?
Well, you can clinch. You can fight in the clinch with
But
it.
Perry's not going to do that. Perry's
I think Rockhold's going to do it. I do.
Oh, for sure. Rockhold's going to do anything he can to protect his
he's
glass
gonna use that
jaw.
big body and just clinch up with them. Or who knows? Maybe he's just dopey and stands and strikes. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
What
if
about
this is
Eddie
the
Alvarez
best move.
and Mendes? I feel like that's kind of like a mismatch.
Exciting. No, I like that. That's exciting. I think I might be more excited for that one than Perry Rockhold.
I feel like it's a mismatch, though. Well, they're both probably
Why?
roided up. I don't know. I feel like Eddie's going to run him over.
They're both great strikers. No.
I think Eddie's going to run him over.
I think that's a good matchup. I like it.
It's both. What do you think about both of these guys got smoked by Conor? What do you think about that?
It's the sloppy seconds. Conor McGregor's sloppy
kids.
seconds.
I'm surprised people didn't make the Conor's kids meme for this fight. Conor's kids.
Well, Perry didn't fight Conor.
No, I'm talking about Alvarez and Mendes.
Yeah, so you
Both
would just
got
do
smoked by-
Conor's kids for the co-main.
I feel like Eddie's gonna run over Chad, like run him over. I know Chad's a big steroided, well, he's not big, he's wide, but he's tiny.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Eddie's gonna.
This is in Colorado.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's in Denver.
Have they ever done an event in Colorado yet?
I don't know, but I tell you what, a lot of people are gonna be high for that event. Ben Rothwell. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should get him on Wednesday. Ben. By then he should have an announcement. So there's
but he's one of those guys you gotta kind of hit him up early because.
No, Ben's cool, man. Ben would be good. I try to get him the night of.
Yeah,
I can't get him when fights are going on like that, but
yeah.
But I think Ben would be down, and hopefully he has his guest. I mean his opponent. I want him to fight the guy that fought Hardy. I think that would be cool. The guy that knocked out Greg Hardy. I would like to see that short, tattoo dude, bold tattoo guy. I don't remember his name.
No, I don't either.
Ben Rothwell. Anyone want to see Ben Rothwell next week? Maybe I'll get him on. Maybe I'll open presents with Ben. I'll just open. Ben, it's my birthday. You want to come on? Watch me open presents. Thank you so much to you for subscribing to the channel. Let's go. You want to get Marg on? Big Gay Lion? Should we get him on?
Yeah, get the Big Gay Lion on.
Hey, I'm always welcoming him back. That dude goes viral.
So are you doing a special Wednesday stream next week for your birthday or another interview night?
I don't know.
Bare Knuckle got an event worth buying. This is how you compete versus UFC. Lower price with entertainment.
I still think $40 or is it $49? I still think it's kind of steep. I know it's cheaper than it's almost half the price of the UFC, but
We should do Moss's birthday bash on Wednesday.
Yeah?
No interview, just birthday bash it up. We'll do little bits and I don't know.
I was horsing around, but I don't like that.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it's good content.
There are newer people who you have to stay close to the
50.
content.
Wait, we got 4 more years. 4 more years. When do I get AARP? 50.
In 4 years, I'm going to be 30, 31, something like that.
On my 50th birthday, boys and girls, we're going to go crazy. It's going to roll out the wheelchair.
Let's not talk about 50 right now.
What, you're not good? You're not attracted to a 50-year-old man?
I am, but I don't know. Let's not talk about 50.
I think we should do a 50-year-old. Actually, how about this?
That's the over the hill birthday.
All right, I have a pitch. 50 would be when? So next year would be Thursday. That'd be 47. Friday, 48. It would be a Sunday, right? I was saying let's go to Vegas.
For your birthday? With 2 children?
No, they have babysitter. The kids are old enough.
I'm not leaving my kids with someone.
Kids are old. Your parents.
No.
Kids are old enough
Not
to
happening.
be babysit. And we go to Vegas and we fucking go crazy with the community. We have a fucking 50-year-old blowout. I get a wheelchair. We have everyone pushing me around in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Sober Carl will sit on my lap. Who's in? Who's in, chat? Tyson Fury would be laughing in the background. All right. Let's move on. Anything else with BKFC we want to talk about?
I don't know. You tell me.
Uh-oh.
'Jon Jones, crash the show. Jon 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 Jones. show.
I miss Jon coming on the show. I miss it. Do you miss? I miss Jon.
Miss it.
Thank you, B-Man. Just dropped the 8, baby. Let's go. When I was listening to Jon today talk to the media, I'm like, we need to have Jon back.
Mm-hmm.
We got it. We got to get Jon back one more. He's got to at least have the 3-timers, jacket. We got to get Jon back on. But I was listening to him today, and we were asking Jordan Leavitt what he thought about Jon Jones, and he still thinks he's a cheater. Still thinks he's the GOAT, but he's a cheater. Yeah. What do you think about that? Like, the rules are different now.
Listen, I don't like diving into this because you go and tell people I hate Jon Jones.
You don't like him.
And I don't hate him at all. I have
You just slightly dislike him.
No, I have no animosity towards Jon Jones. I have animosity towards what he did and how he got away with it. Not towards him as a person or as a fight. You know what I mean? Like, it's very difficult to explain. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it at this point. I've always been like very anti Jon Jones because of the cheating and stuff like that. I always felt like he kind of got the green card in a lot of situations. He got away with it. But at this point, I think him being on such a long layoff, having all of his personal issues go down, legal issues go down, and now he's trying to make a comeback and, reinstate himself as a heavyweight fighter now. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to ride on him for things that he's done.
And that is my motivation, to build a big platform and all.
Okay, so Jon Jones. So first off, the guy from MMA Junkie, I forgot his name, but good on him. Hold on.
Very relatable to a lot of people.
Just one more. You mentioned that we don't get to see much of your personal life and stuff like that, but last time you were in Vegas, the Hall of Fame stuff, some of that did spill out into the public. We haven't heard you really address any of that stuff. Just want to give you the opportunity if there's anything you want to say about the past few years.
What?
Nothing to say? Were you listening or no?
No, I mean, I don't have...
Oh, you don't have headphones on?
No.
Oh, shit.
Here, hold on. Okay, try.
I'm like, wait, I'm playing this for her.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me know in the chat what you think.
Last time you were in...
Hold on a second.
You mentioned that we don't get to see much of your personal life and stuff like that, but last time you were in Vegas, the Hall of Fame stuff, some of that did spill out into the public. We haven't heard you really address any of that stuff. Just want to give you the opportunity if there's anything you want to say about the past few years.
I mean, listen, good for him. Listen, it's not any... I don't think... It's so hard. These are such weird waters to tread because it's like... It's not anybody's business. It's his own personal life. But at the same time, it is everyone's business because he decided to be a public figure and put himself out there. It's like, it's so weird. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. Do you care?
No, but I think it's hilarious. I love when people ask like the hard-hitting... Well, it's not even a hard-hitting question. They ask the question that everyone wants asked, and John's like, fuck off. And now Mike Bone is probably... I know Jon is like...
Is that the one who asked the question?
Yeah. So he's probably done now. Like Luke Thomas was done. Well, anytime you ask Jon that question,
he's
you
not
usually
like prying. He's asking a very typical media question.
John's very sensitive. He is, though. Like, when it comes to media, for some reason, like, he gets all butthurt from that. He got so mad at Daniel Cormier.
I think he handled it, though. Like, he didn't, like, lash out or anything. He just said next question because he doesn't want to
Here's the follow-up question, okay?
Fair enough.
What were you saying, ma'am?
Oh, in the back. You mentioned that you have a different motivation. And what is that for you now and coming into this fight specifically?
Okay, get ready for this. By the way, he beat the shit out of that lady after she asked this question.
So my motivation is to become the best man that I can be a reflection of God's love and his forgiveness, and ultimately have fans from around the world to see the Christ that's inside of me. None of us are perfect, and we all have ups and downs in life. And I genuinely believe that my imperfection makes me very relatable to a lot of people. And one of my goals is for people to one day see, like, if a person like Jon could love Jesus Christ, and if a person like Jon could have a relationship with Jesus Christ, then maybe I can too. And I really believe that my platform one day are going to lead a lot of people to Jesus Christ. I'm excited to get things right eventually. You know, I'm 35 years old, and I'm at an age where you can't make many excuses for downfalls and stuff like that, but I am a young man. And I'm looking forward to the man that I'm going to be one day when I'm maybe in my 40s. You know, I'm not saying I won't make mistakes again in the future, but maybe the man that I'm in my 40s or 45, 50 years old, I'm going to be a man with a lot of experience. I'll be able to talk to young men and tell them, you know, things they don't want to do, roads they don't want to go down. And ultimately, I really do believe that a few souls will be saved because of my existence. And that is my motivation, to build a big platform and ultimately find ways to give glory to God.
What do you think about that, Jesse?
You can't ask me that, Moss, because as much as you're making fun of it, like,
what do you think about that? It's nice. Right?
I don't
Praise
know.
be to God. He wants to be a vessel.
I am a Christian, though. You can't ask me what I think about that question because you're looking to make fun of it because of how deep and emotional.
Listen, I'm a fan of Jon now. I've said this before. You know, like everyone that knows Jon says he's a great guy, right? In person, like as a friend, like he's a great dude, right? And I agree with that. But I got to be honest with you. If I beat the shit out of you, all I got to do is fight Jesus.
That's not what he's saying.
That's what I got out of it.
See, that's what you got out of it because that's what you wanted to get out of it.
Wait, isn't that what he's saying? No, if you beat up a woman,
you're just reaching for you're searching for ways to turn this into something to cater to your bit.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Now I'm confused. You're saying, wait. Isn't the point?
That's not what he's saying. He's not saying, "Oh, I can beat the heck out of my wife as long as I have God."
Well, what if it's your fiance? It's a little better, right?
That's
no. Is that not what he's saying? I thought he was saying. Then I completely misunderstood it. Then how come Amazing Grace was playing in the background?
You tell me.
Huh. Does anyone understand like what the hell's going on here? This is a good segue over here. Not really a segue, but here's on Jon Jones. So there are certain people that jump in our comment section, and there's like they always debate what I have to say, right? Because I'm a very controversial host of the show. And there's a guy named, and let me give him a shout out here. He has a Daniel Cormier avatar, and he's called Champ Big Balls or Huge Balls, something Balls. You know this guy? Well, I field him in the comment section.
No, I have no clue.
Wonderful.
Jon Jones could convince God that the devil is Jesus Christ and to let him back into heaven.
It's true. That is actually true. And he's always, thank you, Chubbs. He's always counterbalancing like my thoughts, and he's saying all these things. He's like, how do you support Jon Jones but not support a guy like Tank Davis? And my rebuttal was, well, I know people that know Jon and say he's a great guy. Like actually genuinely stand by him and say he's a good dude, right? I don't know anyone that knows Tank Davis and says Tank Davis is a good guy. But which I found very interesting. After I had, it wasn't really back and forth. I just responded and we move on. After that happens, this picture shows up. And I'm like, you can't even make this up. Jon Jones is hanging out with Tank Davis. Dude, are you kidding me? Wait, what? Dude, is this a joke? Is this a joke? Are they comparing notes? Are they like, yeah, man, I fucking hit her in the cunt. How'd you hit her? I choked the bitch. All right, yeah, high five. What? What are they talking about here?
But you could also look at it as like...
Did they both find God? Oh, they did, Jesse! They found God! They found God! Yes! What did we learn tonight? We, as men, can hit women. All we need to do is find the Lord Jesus Christ. Hallelujah! Woo! Let's do it, boys! You can't even make this up.
Okay, but try to be like realistic and think maybe he's hanging out with him for guidance because Tank Davis has already been through that.
Yeah,
and, like...
Wonderful.
How are these donations? Hold on. Sorry.
I'm sorry, but if you beat your wife bloody in front of your kids so bad that the kids want you arrested, you're not a good guy.
No,
and
God.
I agree with that. I'm not like... I don't understand how this gets so turned around. Like, it's not even that... Nobody's saying that you're a good guy if that happens. I think... Moss, your bits get taken way too seriously.
It's not a bit. It's the truth.
No, you're...
Mystic, what size are you? NHL Jazzy. 79 retro New York or current Rangers. I bought a King's large.
Oh,
it's
wow.
huge, lol.
I could wear large. Is large huge? Actually, what size am I? I don't even know. Like football jerseys, I like to get a medium because I don't want to. I'm not wearing pads. But NHL, I think I could wear a large.
Well, they're probably pretty big too, Moss. So you probably want to go.
But I don't want it
too
tight on me. No one wants a tight hockey jersey, right?
Well, are you a fat lard?
Go check my hockey jerseys. I don't even know. I think they're larges. I think they are large.
I think a large would be too big on you.
Team check.
No.
It's in the other room. I don't know. I think a large is fine. Definitely not XL. No. Mike Goldberg's XL. I think a large should be fine. But what did he say? He's gonna get it. Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know, I just feel so special. I've got a special face. Attention is short, bust to outer space. Mind in a special place.
Let's go!
GSP abducted me. I'm from an alien race. Special face. Special face.
Wow.
Special face.
You guys are on fire. You're heating up.
Jesse Upk1 was live from Denver, Colorado. Winking face. It's all love.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't ask about the UFC. I asked about BKFC.
That is BKFC.
I said, has BKFC ever
had
an event in Denver, Colorado?
Now you need to do the special face.
It's all love, Ninja Choke.
Gonna smash. Gonna smash.
I'm gonna
dance in the chat.
Everybody. I'm gonna finish 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 everybody.
I'm gonna smash everybody.
Wow, back-to-back chokes.
Jon Jones, just lead me away from Jesus Christ.
Now, okay. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of Jon, but I actually am a fan of Jon. Like, I'm joking around about all this stuff. Him in the cage, like, he's something else. He's special. It's going to be a big deal on Saturday night. Him fighting at heavyweight, I'm interested. He's thick now. He's not shredded. He's got some pounds on his body, so I want to see how he fares up against a Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane's in great shape, and he's an elite striker. But a lot of people are saying, who did he fight? Is he going to be able to stop the wrestling? Jon Jones is the GOAT. You know, all this stuff over here. But there's so many things to talk about with this matchup and the return of Jon. So I'm interested. I'm excited about it. But when he did hit the media and the God stuff, it's so hard for me as a fan to digest. Like, I just rather him just talk like a normal guy and stop force feeding me the God stuff, because all I can think about is you strangling your fucking fiance.
I don't think that's what he's doing. You have to remember, he also has like publicists and people who are like speaking in his ear, telling him what he needs to say and what he can't say. So he's probably just going based off what other people are telling him to say at this point. I don't even think it's him. Like, I'm sure some of it's him, but I don't think all of it's him. So you can't really be like, oh, he's force feeding the God stuff, because it's probably his publicist force feeding the God stuff to try and get people,
you think,
on board with like this good guy persona. He's cleaning himself up, turning a new leaf, all that stuff.
I think the God is him, but I do agree that his people are probably like, okay, let's just.
This is the script
chill.
You stay with.
But
and
religion, like I
yeah,
don't.
because
I don't
if
know,
you think about it, even if you don't believe in religion, the easiest way to buy into someone turning a new leaf is if they found God, right?
Well,
so
it's just so forced. Now, if he did find God, and that's the thing, that's fine. I have no problem with that. A lot of people find God, they're in bad spots. They find God, and now they're in a better place, and I'm cool with that. But he's going so far with it that it doesn't even feel genuine. It feels fake. It's like, I just want to be a man of God, and I want to lead them to this and that. It's like, all right, bro, just be cool. Like, just like talk to the people.
Yeah.
What is it? Hold on, not do as I say, not as I do. That wouldn't work. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
I think isn't that
yeah, do as I say, not as I do. No,
right?
not that. No, because he's saying
I'm pretty sure that
I'd rather him lead by example. There we go. That's why I'd rather him do.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yes. There it is, Jesse. Thank you, Jesse. Wow, we pulled it together. Took 2 brains to make that happen. No, but seriously, yeah. Actions speak louder than words. Do as I say. Do as I do. Oh, fuck, I did it again. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Lead by example. Lead by example. Just fucking be you. Like, just be cool, man. Talk to the media. If you don't want to speak about something, that's fine. No problem with that. But don't go on this whole God spiel. Like, cut it out. What are we doing here? There's these pictures of him praying with Tank.
Maybe he does believe in God and stuff. Like, you can't really like shame someone.
I don't
for being
believe it.
religious.
I don't buy it. I think it's fake. I don't know.
In
I feel
fairness,
like it's
though, Moss, you
too
think
much God is
anyone
fake.
who's religious is fake? Like radical religious is fake?
I don't know. I don't believe John. I just think he's a bad liar. I think John's a bad liar. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's weird. It doesn't feel right. It's just like, it feels to me like the devil is telling me, hey, man, I believe in God now. That's what it feels like. I'd rather him just be John, man. Like, just be him. And if he's religious, that's fine. It's cool. But all this stuff, whoa, what is he doing there? Ah! And like I said, I don't think John is a bad dude. Like, if he's hanging with the boys, I think he's a cool dude. I bet he's a great friend. He's probably cool with his family. Unless, he had a couple of drinks or whatever. But, I mean, other than that, I just think he's good. He's got demons.
Everyone has demons.
It's just weird. The whole thing is weird.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The only reason Jones is relevant is because Valentina is approaching his record.
What?
The only reason Jones is relevant is because Valentina is approaching his record.
How does that make Jones relevant?
He loves Valentina Chips. Just give him his time, man. Thank you, Chubbs.
That doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't. But
wonderful, wonderful.
But thank you.
Adam Fox away jersey or regular Crader, those say authentic, don't want to send a bootleg lol.
Adam Fox away jersey or Kreider.
Kreider.
I tell you what, if you can get Panarin,
oh yeah,
that's my guy.
Artemi
Panarin's my guy, the bread man. I'm a big fan of him. But
Zibanejad.
I like Mika too. He's cool.
Mika's my guy.
Fox is the man. He's cool. He's a cool dude.
I love Mika.
I like Chris Kreider. He's a little weird, but he scored 50 goals last year.
But you love Mika more than anyone.
I gotta be honest with you. You don't even need any name on the jersey. I'm good with a plain jersey.
Or just put Moss on the back of it.
No, honestly, a plain jersey, I'm fine. You don't have to. I don't need a man's name on my jersey. I am a man. I don't really wear other plays like when I was a kid. I used to do it, but yeah, plain jersey. If you want to get a jersey, a plain jersey's fine. Because you could always, it's like timeless.
Ellie has a new Rangers jersey coming.
Does she?
And it says Moss on the back. It's so cute.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. Yeah, I'd rather just like a plain jersey. Like as an adult, like my kids are they're gonna idolize players. I don't. I like go for the team. Thank you, Roberto, though, man. Really appreciate it. That's thoughtful, though. Really appreciate that. I will rock the shit out of that jersey. Especially when the Rangers go into the play. They're playing tonight.
Yeah.
And I think they were losing unless I saw 2-1. But maybe we should have Mike Goldberg over for the Stanley Cup. What do you think?
Mike Goldberg, what?
Mike Goldberg over for the Stanley Cup, like on an off night. Just invite him over to Stanley Cup hockey, and he could do play-by-play.
Yeah.
New York Rangers. Let's see. Oh shit! They won in overtime. 3-2.
Let me guess. Mika. It was Mika, right?
Oh my God! They were down 2-1.
Who threw it?
Tarasenko just picked him up. Kreider and Zibanejad.
Yes, baby.
Dude.
That's my guy.
Dude.
Mika Zibanejad.
Let's go.
Mika.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Zibanejad.
All right. What else we got here? We spoke about 285. Is there anything else? I didn't listen to Bo Nichols' thing. Tomorrow we're going to do the press conference. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time? No, 9 p.m. Wait. What time's the stream? Hold on. Let's see. Go to the channel. This stream's actually going to redirect you guys over to tomorrow's stream. Where is it? All right, here it is. So 6 p.m. our time. So that would be... Is that right? Oh, by the way, here's me and John. Here we go.
Hold up.
Who is this?
You know me?
Hold up. We them boys.
Oh, who is this guy? Oh,
That's
hold
Jon
on
Jones.
A second.
We
Hold
making
on.
noise. Hold up.
John, hold on. Can you
Hold
put
up.
him on the
Hold up,
ear?
hold up,
Give him
hold
an
up.
earpiece.
What's up, buddy?
All right, John, listen to me. John,
What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on? My name is Chris from
How
the
you
MMA-Holes. Okay, now, there is a lot of Daniel Cormier fans here, including myself.
Oh, my God.
Hold on. And then they gave us a finger. Then Jon Jones and that guy sent us a picture of them flipping us off. The good old days. The good old days. All right. I think that's it. I don't think there's really anything else to talk about. I have no idea. Tomorrow we're going to be live for the press conference. I want to know your thoughts on UFC 285. I want to know your thoughts on BKFC 41. And if you missed Jordan Leavitt's interview, run it back. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about Jordan's interview. Always the best.
Wonderful.
Here comes Chubbs.
One more thing, Valentina is the GOAT.
Valentina is the GOAT. Maybe. Well, she's going to win Saturday. Right? She's going to win. Do you think Grasso has any shot at winning that fight?
No.
No.
I always pick Tina.
Tina? That's what you call her now? Tina?
Tina.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Don't be an a-hole. You want to say it?
Be an MMA hole.